The Egghead incident is going to be one of the most important and largest events in One Piece history, and now that Blackbeard and his crew supposedly are heading towards Egghead Island, this has gotten a lot more interesting. The last time we saw Teach, he was fighting Law, who he most likely defeated because he's more important to the overall story and is set up to be the final antagonist. Blackbeard is the man of 1,000 plans and only does stuff when it's beneficial for him, so to go to Egghead means there's something on the island that he wants. But what exactly could that be, and is it really Blackbeard and his crew going there, or could it be someone else? We've seen that he split his crew across the New World doing various tasks, and he does seem to have his hands full with Law and maybe eventually Garp if he goes back to Full Land Island, and eventually Shanks, who seems to be keeping tabs on him, might interfere with Blackbeard's plan. So if not Blackbeard himself who's at Egghead, then who could it possibly be? Well, I think that could be aokiji and possibly even the 10th Titanic captain, unless he is him, and maybe even Pizarro and Lafitte because they haven't done anything as of late. So today we're going to discuss what Blackbeard's master plan in all of this and what aokiji's role will be in Egghead if he's there. Now, Kuzan being sent to Egghead Island actually makes a lot of sense when you think about it, considering this incident is being compared to that of Ohara, if not even worse. And who played a very large role in Ohara incident? Well, none other than Kuzan. But now that he's not a Marine, he doesn't have to listen to the orders of the world government and just destroy the island and its innocent people for no reason, when instead he has a better insight of how the world works and that things are not black and white but rather a lot of gray areas. And now that he knows how things are on the other side, he might actually use this opportunity to make sure an Ohara incident doesn't happen again. And hopefully we can learn a lot more about Aokiji and why he joined the Blackbeard Pirates and what truly happened against him and Akainu. But Kizaru is also heading there, so possibly we can get a Kizaru versus Kuzan battle, which would be phenomenal to see two admirals go toe to toe. But Ohara isn't the only parallel happening in this arc, as Punk Hazard is also involved, as it was once a facility for Vegapunk, and what happened at the end of that arc, well, Aokiji ended up coming in and saving Smoker, who I eventually hope will be in this arc as well. And it was there where he warned the Marines that shit's about to hit the fan, and well, his prophecy came out to be true, as now two emperors have fallen and the world has gone upside down. So it's during this arc that Aokiji should get a lot of character development and growth, as he's once again faced with a decision of wiping an island and its knowledge from the face of history. And it could be during this arc, if he doesn't already know, that Saul is actually alive, where he can get a major character shift. But there is a very important character that's on here that could get affected as well, and that is Nico Robin, who has been getting hinted a lot that she eventually might get kidnapped by someone, and honestly she is in a very bad place with the Marines and the Gorosei heading there. So maybe Saturn tries to kidnap Robin, or maybe Aokiji was ordered by Blackbeard to take her, since they know that the Straw Hats are on Egghead Island and these two already have a pretty complicated relationship. Even though I don't think it's necessary to take Robin anymore because they have Pudding, which, by the way, Aokiji was the one who kidnapped Pudding, so eventually maybe one of the big mom pirates such as Katakuri or whoever could head over to Egghead to try to rescue her, as well as Capone, because Chiffon and Lola are with him right now and they had a close relationship with Pudding as well. And Sanji's there, and if he were to find out what Aokiji did, he's definitely gonna go ballistic. And if it is Aokiji, then this would be the first time outside of cover stories and Film Z that he would make an appearance in the actual manga in over 10 years. That's insane, and this is actually going to be the first time he will interact with the Straw Hats after the time skip. Doesn't that sound crazy? But most likely Aokiji is not by himself. Maybe he's with another Blackbeard pirate. Hopefully it's Pizarro or the actual 10th Titanic captain if it isn't Aokiji, or maybe even Lafitte, which would be interesting because we know he can perform hypnosis. And this is important because we know the Seraphim and the Pacifista have to take orders from certain people in the hierarchy, and if Lafitte was able to maybe hypnotize someone at the highest authority, such as a Vegapunk or one of the Gorosei, then therefore the Blackbeard Pirates have possession of the Seraphim, and that would be very, very bad. So he might be going there to get the Seraphim, and even why he kidnapped Kobe, to learn some more information on that, but these two must have some prior history due to the Rocky Port incident, so there might be something else going on. Or it's a lot more complicated, where Vegapunk is known to do devil fruit research and currently he's being hunted down by the world government, and maybe Blackbeard got some intel and plans on stealing the technology on Egghead in order to create artificial devil fruits. We know the name of his game is stealing the most powerful devil fruits and hunting people down, but there's no need for that if you're able to artificially pump them out and give these devil fruits to your young blood like the fodder, and could even use the green blood. Maybe he learned about that and would use that as a way for other members who don't normally have devil fruits to use devil fruit like abilities, and that would align with his interest. Why hunt devil fruits when you can just create them? And this is just hypothetically speaking, but I'm not sure if someone with a devil fruit could also still use the green blood as a way to use two different devil fruit abilities. I'm not sure that's gonna work, because we know once you eat a devil fruit, it gets ingrained into your very DNA and essence, so that might cause some problems, but you never know with Blackbeard. There's also research on the Void Century, and we know according to the SBS that Blackbeard is interested in history and archaeology. So maybe he's here to get more information, and we know that knowledge is power. We learned York knows the government planned to kill her too, so maybe one of her contingency plans involved Blackbeard and teamed up with him, and it would make sense as both of these guys are the embodiment of greed. We also learned Shanks is keeping tabs on Blackbeard, hinting that he is the guy that Shanks is warning the Gorosei about, and also he believed Blackbeard was going to show up in Wano, which a lot of fans ourselves thought that he would be involved with that arc at some capacity. So I do wonder why Shanks thought Blackbeard of all people would be involved in Wano, but then I remembered that we know Pluton is currently in Wano, so possibly Shanks know that, and he fears that Blackbeard may go after it, which leads us to the most important thing, and that is Caribou wanted to give the intel of Poseidon and Pluton to a certain individual. We do not know who this person is, and currently he is at Egghead Island looking for a way to leave. So maybe this leads to Caribou linking up with the Blackbeard pirates and giving them the information about the ancient weapon, which will lead him to invading Fishman Island and possibly Wano, destroying the walls himself, getting Pluton, and becoming the most powerful man on the planet.